Hans in luck. Hans had worked for a miller for 7 years, and he decided that that was long enough. So he decided to ask the miller, his employer, for his wages, and because he wanted to go home and see his mother. He spoke to the miller. The miller said, "You have been a good worker." The miller took out the wages that Hans had earned. He and his wife both liked Hans. They said, "We will miss you, but we wish you good luck on your travels as you go home. Thank you. Bye." So Hans left with this lump of gold as big as his head in a sack on his back. Now, as he walked along, the sun was hot, and that sack grew heavy. Along came a man on a horse. "What's that you have in your sack?" "It's a lump of gold, but it's very heavy." "Oh." Hans said, "It must be nice to ride along instead of walking and carrying something." "Well, if you want, I'll trade you my horse for your lump of gold." "Oh, that's a good deal." So Hans said, "Good." The man gave Hans the horse, took the gold, and left as fast as he could. The man left as fast as he could. These details are important. Okay, so Hans is now getting up on the horse and riding. But it was pretty clear that Hans was no rider. He had no experience as a rider. And the horse felt this, and the horse threw him off. And poor Hans was on the ground. Along came a farmer with a cow. And the kind farmer caught the horse and brought it back to Hans. And Hans said, "Wow, it must be nice to have a cow like that. Beef and milk and whatever cows do. Cheese, cream. Well, if you like, I'll trade you because it's nice to have a horse too." Hans said, "Good, because the horse is of no use to me." So now Hans had a cow. He was walking along. He decided, "I need some milk." So he stopped the cow and he sat down and he tried to milk the cow. But he didn't know how to milk a cow. So he pinched and squeezed, pinched harder and squeezed harder until the cow became impatient and kicked him. Oh, poor Hans. Now along came a woman with a man, I think, with a pig. What's happening here? "Well, I have this cow, but the cow maybe does not give good milk." "You're very lucky to have that pig, because with a pig you can have pork chops, sausages, pork, in short." "Well, it's nice to have a cow too, so if you like, we can trade." "Okay." So they traded, and now Hans had a pig. As he decided to take the pig to the market, but every time when he arrived at some crossroads, he wanted to go this way, but the pig was stubborn and refused to go that way, wanted to go the other way. Oh, poor Hans. Along came a woman with a goose, and Hans admired the goose. Boy, it must be nice to have a goose like that. Feathers for your pillow, a goose for Christmas, roast goose, that would be wonderful. It must be very nice. "Well, it's nice to have a pig too, so if you like, we'll trade." Okay, so now Hans had a goose. He was walking along, and he came to a shop where a man was grinding, sharpening knives on the grindstone. Hans stopped and talked with the man and told the man about all of his adventures. The man said, You are a very good businessman. You've done quite well. You should stay and become a knife sharpener, grinder, along with me. But I don't have a grindstone." So the sharpener, whatever we call him, I'm not sure, then leaned down and picked up from the street a cobblestone and said, "Here, I'll trade you this grindstone for your goose." Okay, so the story does not make clear, but I'm telling you, the story is laughing at Hans. But it's a nice story because now Hans had what he had before, a heavy stone, but before he had gold. And now he has a simple cobblestone that anyone could pick up from the road. Every one of these people had made a fool of Hans. Now he's walking along, carrying this heavy stone, just like he had before, but not worth anything. The sun was hot, so he stopped by a fountain to get a drink of water. And as he was leaning down to get a drink of water, the stone, the cobblestone, slipped and fell into the water all the way to the bottom of the fountain or well. In any case, he couldn't get it back. Now he had nothing at all. But he reached his mother's home, and his mother was so happy to see him, hugged him, welcomed him, brought him inside, sat him down in the most comfortable chair, prepared his favorite food, dumplings, for him, and he was happy, he was lucky.
Hans in luck. Number 1. How long had Hans worked for the miller? Number 2. What did Hans ask the miller? Number 3. What did Hans carry in his sack? Number 4. Who did Hans meet first? Number 5. What did Hans exchange his gold for? Number 6. Why did the horse throw Hans off? Number 7. Who did Hans meet next? Number 8. What did the man do for Hans? Number 9. What did the man and Hans decide to do? Number 10. Why did the cow kick Hans? Number 11. What did Hans trade the cow for? Number 12. What problem did Hans have with his new animal? Number 13. What did Hans trade next? Number 14. Who did Hans meet next? Number 15. What does the man suggest to Hans? Number 16. What does Hans trade his goose for? Number 17. What had all the people done to Hans? Number 18. What happened to Hans's cobblestone? Number 19. Why is Hans lucky?